So welcome to this CD walkthrough of the new Bygone Transport CD. When you put your disc into your computer, it should automatically start, and this is the screen that will appear. Now if you're using the CD on a Mac, you will have to navigate to the home page on the disc and then open that for it to work. So once you've got the welcome screen open, you can begin working with the CD. Now it works very simply. It's a click and print CD, so all you have to do is to select the section of the CD that you want to view. So first of all, we're going to look at the 6x6 card making sets, and all you simply do is click on the icon for that section. So we'll click on that, and then that will open up. Now I will begin at the beginning, so we'll just jump back to section 1. Okay, and you can navigate through these pages in quite a few different ways, and once you're familiar with our CDs, you'll understand that they are very simple to use. Now up in the top corner, now this depends on the version of Acrobat Reader you're using, or whatever PDF reader that you are using to view this on, is it will tell you that there are 12 pages in this section. Now you can either navigate by using the directional arrows, that's page 2, and that's page 3. So I will just jump back to page 1 again. But you can also view the pages in total. So if you open the page view, you'll also see that you have all 12 pages in this section shown in the left-hand pane. Now the screen does take a little while to refresh. This is just normal. Now all you have to do to jump to a certain section is click on the page number that you want to view. So once they've refreshed, for example, if we want to look at card making set 3, which is page 5 and page 6, we just simply click on number 5 and it will automatically jump to number 5. If you click on 6, it will automatically jump to 6. Now you can see the numbers have changed up here. Now if you want to zoom in and have a look in a bit more detail at, say, for example, one of the sentiments, say this one here, you can click on the magnifying tool and just click and drag a box around it and it will zoom into that sentiment. Now this is at 567%, so that's quite a zoom in. Now you can zoom back out again just by using the plus and the minus arrow buttons next to the magnification percentage there. So that's at 400%, that's at 300%, that's at 200% and 175, and then it will drop to 150, 125, and then back to 100%. Or you could use your scroll button up and down on the right hand side. So I'm going to go back to page 1 just by typing in number 1 up there, and I'm going to close the page view and scroll through all 12 of the pages. Now I'll click into full page view so you can see the top and the bottom, and then carry on browsing the pages. Now the card making sets in this section are in pairs. So page 1 and page 2 is card making set 1, page 3 and page 4 are card making set 2, page 5, page 6 are card making set 3, and so on. And as you can see, the colours all match and coordinate throughout the entire of the card making set, so you can mix and match between each one if you want to. And that's the final page. So I'm going to just click into there and go back to page 1. Now to print the pages, all you have to do is to click on File, select Print. Now if you only want to print page 1 and 2, when the print dialog page opens up, you can select Pages, and in there, in the box, you can just type in 1, 2, and that will only print out pages 1 and 2. Alternatively, you can type in 1-2, and it will also know that you only want to print pages 1 and 2. If you want to print different pages altogether, for example 3, 5 and 7, then you simply separate the pages that you want to print with a comma and then click print. I'm not going to print these at the moment though. I'm now going to close the card making section and move on to the backing papers. And as you can see, you have vintage damask, weathered wood, vintage papers, car patterns and vintage maps. And these are all, you have 2 variations on the size on each one. So if I click into the vintage damasks, you'll see that there are 5 pages, and again if I want to, I can look in page view, or I can navigate using the arrows. I'm just going to close the page view and navigate using the arrows on this one. So that's page 1, page 2, page 3, and so on. So those are the damasks. I'm just going to close that section and then move on to the weathered woods. And again, it shows we have page 5, page 2, page 3, page 4, and page 5. And again, if I wanted to print those, I would just click on File, Print, and if I wanted just to print that final page, page 5, I could click on Current Page and the number automatically changes to 5. But if I've decided that I would like to print a separate page, like page 3 or page 2, I click into the Page section and type in the number of the page that I want to. Now you notice that the image changes in the preview window there. But if I wanted to print all of them, I'd click the All button and it automatically changes to 1 to 5. And I'll just jump back to page 1 and then move on to the next page or the next section. So this is the vintage papers. And again, you can see there are 5 pages, and I'll just navigate through each one. And then I'll navigate back. I just want to show you a close-up on this particular page. So this is page 3. I'm going to use the page width view. So that's going to take me and fill the entire screen with the top of that page. And I can just scroll down. Now again, this is at 222%. And then full page view again. So you can zoom in to take a closer look at those particular patterns. So we'll go back to page 1 and then close that and then move on to the car patterns. Now the car patterns are all the same, they're just in different colour variations. So it's automatically opened up in page 5 because that's one I looked at earlier on. It does remember where you are. And then I'm just going to scroll through and you'll see that it is the same pattern just in 5 different colour variations. Now all these colours do coordinate with the colours that we've used in all of the other kits. And again, I will just zoom into that one so you can see the pattern in a bit more detail, and you can see we've used the same images, so it does all coordinate with the actual card kits as well. So if you wanted to make a larger card, such as an 8x8, you can utilize one of these backing papers as an insert or as a extra mat and layer for the actual topper that you're using for your card. And finally, we have the vintage maps. Again, 5 in the collection, and we'll just click through so you can see each one. And then to go back, you simply click the back button there. The sentiments, next. So we have a collection of male family sentiments. And I will just scroll to the top of the page. In fact, let's click on full page view. And then you can see that you have a selection of different sentiments that you can use. Now these are just square sentiments, so they're easy to cut out. But I will zoom in so you can see which ones you're getting. So you're getting happy birthday dad, nephew, granddad, father, happy birthday uncle, number 1 dad, happy birthday son, number 1 son, happy birthday brother, number 1 brother, happy birthday stepbrother, and number 1 granddad. Now these are also available in all the different colourways that match and coordinate with the card kits. So you'll never be stuck for a sentiment for a family member or a male family member again. Next section are the toppers. And you're getting the same images as on the card kit in a circle version and a square version. And there are 2 pages of those. And I will zoom in to one of them. So this is at 256. Can enlarge these toppers to make larger ones if you want to. So back to full page view, and then I will close that section down. The next is a page of hardware embellishments. So these are little embellishments that you can cut out and stick on the front of your card. Now you can use glossy accents, you can glitter them up. Now we have tested this on a scan and cut machine and it does work, so you don't have to cut them out by hand. And again, I will zoom in just so you can see the quality, and that's at 363%. Back to full page view, and I'll close that section down. And the final section on here are the colour me's. So these are black and white versions of the toppers that you can colour in yourself or use just as they are and create a classy black and white card. So I will scroll through the 4 pages, and there are, on the first 3 pages, there are 2 vehicles per page, and on the last page, there are 3 vehicles. And again, I will zoom into one of them for you so you can see the quality of the imagery full screen. So again, it can be enlarged without a loss of quality. Now that would look great on a t-shirt. So back to full page view, and then I'll jump back to page 1. And again, if you wanted to view in page view, you just simply click on the page view option. And then I'll close that section down. And that is the majority of the contents of the CD. Down here on the bottom right, there is a button to click for copyright information, which also contains our Angel policy. Which you can close. Now, if you wish to view samples made using this CD, all you have to do is to simply click this link to the Crafty Hands website, and that will take you straight to our online gallery, where you can see samples of the cards made by our design team. So not only do you have all the resources on the CD, but you also have a wealth of inspiration if you're stuck for an idea of what you can do to create a card for that special someone. Now, all those samples and samples for other CDs are available to view on our website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Well, that's the quick walkthrough of the CD. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope that will give you more information for you to decide whether you think this CD is right for you. Thanks for watching.